Namaste and welcome. Today we explore a hidden dimension of Vedic astrology, the chart of the soul. Beyond planets and houses lies a deeper map, one that reveals the lessons of the spirit. Join me as we journey through the Karakamsa Lagna, the ascendant of the soul, and discover what each Rashi reveals about our inner path. Firstly, we need to learn how to find the Karakamsa Lagna. If you are somewhat new to Jyotish or Vedic astrology, you need to go online and download your Lagna or birth chart that puts your ascendant in the first house at the time of your birth, and your Navamsha or D9 chart, which is the ninth divisional chart from your birth chart. Please make sure the charts are Vedic because the Western or tropical charts are not based on precise equinoxes. So the first thing you need to do after you get your Lagna chart, your birth chart or the ascendant chart, you begin with this chart, the ascendant chart. The first thing you need to do is identify the planet with the highest degree in any sign. It doesn't matter. Each graha or each planet will have a certain number against it, showing the degree, the minutes, and the seconds. Whatever the degree of the planet is, you compare all of these degrees together, and the one with the highest degree is your Atma Karka. So as I told you, you need to download two charts, your Lagna or your ascendant chart and your Navamsha chart, which is your D9 chart or the ninth divisional chart. Now, if you're having both of these charts in front of you, once you find the planet, which is your Atma Karka, now move to the Navamsha chart, the D9 or the ninth divisional chart. See which sign the Atma Karka occupies here. That sign is called the Karakamsa Lagna. Okay? Now, once you find which Rashi or which sign is the Karakamsa Lagna, you start viewing the D1 or your ascendant chart from that sign or Rashi. Make that Rashi your Lagna. So, after you have traced the sign that is the Karakamsa Lagna, go back to your birth chart, your ascendant chart or your Lagna chart. I have to clear two distinctions here. There are two charts that come out from the Karakamsa Lagna. One is the Karakamsa Kundli, and the other is the Swamsa Kundli. If you view the Karakamsa Lagna in the D1 chart, it becomes the Karakamsa Kundli. However, if you leave the planet in the D9 itself and just switch that Rashi around as the first house, it becomes the Swamsa Kundli because you are looking at the Karakamsa Lagna within the D9 chart. So there are two charts with two names. And here's the key distinction. When we place the Karakamsa sign as the ascendant in the ascendant chart, D1 chart, Lagna chart, birth chart, whichever one you call it, we create the Karakamsa Kundli or the Karakamsa chart. This shows how the soul path manifests in worldly life. The difference in the other chart is when we place the Karakamsa Lagna in the ascendant in the D9 chart, that's when we create the Swamsa Kundli. This reveals the inner journey and spiritual maturity of the soul. Okay? It is the soul of the soul, if you want to understand it. However, I'm not getting into the Swamsa Kundli in this video. I am sticking to Karakamsa Lagna and the Karakamsa Kundli. So the Karakamsa Kundli in the D1 is used to study dharma, moksha, and also from the fifth house you can see the Ishta Devta. The Swamsa Kundli in the D9 is used to understand the deeper tendencies and destiny of the soul. Together they form a bridge between material and spiritual dimensions of life. Okay? So remember, the Karakamsa Lagna is in the D1 and is called the Karakamsa Kundli. And if the Karakamsa Lagna is in the D9, it is called the Swamsa Kundli. In order to understand how to find out the Karakamsa Lagna, I have taken two examples. So this is the first chart, first individual that we are looking at, native 1. So over here, the Karakamsa Lagna is found along with the Swamsa Lagna, and I've done it for the second native as well, so that we can understand the difference in the two charts, and also I will show you how to find the Karakamsa Lagna. So if you see over here, the Lagna, in the Lagna chart, we first find the planet with the highest degree. Now this will be different for every planet and every individual. So when you are looking at your Lagna chart, there will be a grid at the bottom giving all the planets and their degrees. So a degree can span anywhere from 0 to 30. However, the highest degree would be either 29 point some minutes and some seconds, or 28. So this is a planet that would be the Atma Karka. Now what happens if there are two planets with the same degree? Say it is 28 degrees Venus and 28 degrees Mercury. In this case, you have to look at the minutes. Okay, and if the minutes are also the same, say it is 28 degrees 51 minutes Venus and 28 degrees 51 minutes Mercury, then you look at the seconds, whichever is the highest. Very rarely all three will be the same. If that is the thing, then you have to look at the Karakamsa Lagna of both the planets, but usually one planet comes out as a Karakamsa Lagna, as the Atma Karka. So in this case, the Atma Karka is Venus, and Venus is sitting in this native's Lagna chart in Cancer and in the fourth bhava. So we are not taking the bhavas into consideration, but it is sitting in Cancer sign. However, when you go into the Navamsha, which is to the right, if you see, I have put the headings of the charts on top of the chart. So when you go into the Navamsha or the D9 chart, Venus has now moved into Pisces sign in the Navamsha chart. In the Indian or Vedic or Jyotish system of charts, these numbers that you see, this is the number of the sign. So 12 represents Pisces or mean Rashi. So Venus is in Pisces Rashi. So now for the Karakamsa and the Swamsa Lagna, you look at the chart from Pisces. The only difference is, if you see over here, there's an arrow from the Lagna to the Karakamsa, and there's another arrow from the Navamsha to the Swamsha. Both of them have 12, that is Pisces in the Lagna. But in the Karakamsa, the other planets are still accordingly placed in the signs as per the Lagna chart. And in the Swamsha chart, the other planets are placed accordingly in the signs from the Navamsha chart. The same now we will go for the next native. This is the second native. This is native 2. This native has Mars Atma Karka. So Mars Atma Karka, if you see in the Lagna chart, it is in Virgo, in the sixth Rashi. So as I told you in the previous slide, in the previous the natives Lagna chart, that the number here is the sign. So accordingly, starting from 1 being Aries, 6 means it is in Virgo. And this Virgo Atma Karka is Vargotama as well. So Vargotama means that It is in Virgo Rashi in the Lagna chart, in the birth chart, in the ascendant chart, and also in the Navamsha chart, it is in Virgo Rashi only. So it is Atma Karka. So this means the Karakamsa and the Swamsa chart are both Virgo risings. Okay. Again, the remaining planets, like in this chart, Moon is in Libra, Saturn is in Libra. So in the Karakamsha chart also, Moon will be in Libra, Saturn will be in Libra. Sun was in Sagittarius, so in the Karakamsha also, Sun is in Sagittarius. In the Swamsha chart, according to the Navamsha chart, the Sun, Venus, and Rahu are in Cancer. So again, in the Swamsha chart, Sun, Venus, and Rahu will be in Cancer. But you're looking at the chart for both Karakamsha and Swamsha from the Virgo rising. So now let us start with the fire signs or Dharma Rashis, and starting with Aries. The soul begins its journey in Aries, which is fiery and pioneering, always ready to take the first step. BPHS reminds us that Aries natives are martial, energetic, and prone to conflict. The native that has an Aries Karakamsa Lagna has Aries in the first bhava as their Karakamsa Lagna, giving them a fiery, pioneering spirit and a soul which is driven by courage and initiative. With Leo in the fifth house, their children and creativity shine with nobility, artistic talent, and mantra siddhi. Then they have Sagittarius in the ninth bhava, which blesses them with fortune through dharma, gurus, and righteous living. Cancer in the fourth house makes the home nurturing yet emotionally restless, reflecting their fiery nature. Libra in the seventh house brings a charming partner, creating passionate and karmic unions because we are looking at the Karakamsa Lagna. Okay, so the seventh house in this video for all the upcoming Rashis as well represents, since the Karakamsa Lagna is your soul purpose, the seventh house will represent the soul purpose of your soul partner. So in this case, the seventh being Libra, it will bring a charming partner, create passion, and also karmic unions. Capricorn in the 10th bhava shows bold leadership and structured authority in career. The shadow of Aries, this is the weak side of the Aries Karakamsa Lagna, is impulsive danger, accidents, and battles. Remedies will lie in patience, meditation, and worship. Worship of Hanuman. If the native is a Hanuman Bhakt, it will benefit. The soul's purpose is to lead and fight karmic battles with dharma. Aries Karakamsa often produces warriors, or in this day and age, you have reformers or leaders of movements. Now we will move to Leo Karakamsa Lagna. The soul in Leo shines with authority, creativity, and charisma. BPHS notes Leo natives are proud, radiant, and royal. Leo rising in the first bhava for Leo Karakamsa Lagna makes the native radiant, proud, and dignified with royal aura. Sagittarius in the fifth house gives spiritual intelligence, mantra power, and dharmic children. Aries in the ninth bhava brings fortune through courage, valor, and righteous action. Scorpio in the fourth house creates deep emotions and intensity within the home. Aquarius in the seventh bhava indicates a partner of ideals, reformist tendencies, and karmic bonds. Taurus in the 10th bhava shows career stability, wealth, and artistic pursuits. The shadow for Leo Karakamsa Lagna is ego, pride, and also they may face danger from wild animals. Remedies include Surya Namaskar, humility, and sun worship. The sole purpose is to lead and create without arrogance. Leo Karakamsa Lagna produces rulers, in these days, artists or spiritual leaders. The next fire Karakamsa Lagna is Sagittarius. The soul in Sagittarius seeks dharma, philosophy, and teaching. BPHS notes Sagittarius natives are noble, wise, and spiritual. Sagittarius rising makes the native wise, philosophical, and dharmic in nature. Aries in the fifth house gives courageous children and mantra mastery. Leo in the ninth bhava blesses them with fortune through authority, noble dharma, and guru's guidance. Pisces in the fourth house creates a spiritual home filled with devotion and sacred learning. Gemini in the seventh house brings a witty, communicative partner, balancing their philosophical nature. Virgo in the 10th house shows a career in service, teaching, or healing. The shadow the shadow side for Sagittarius Karakamsa Lagna is false, accidents, and overzealousness. Remedies include Jupiter mantras, scripture study, and Vishnu Sahasranama. The sole purpose is to expand wisdom and walk the dharmic path. Sagittarius Karakamsa produces teachers, philosophers, and spiritual guides. The next trikone are the earth signs or Ardha Rashis. So, first among this is Taurus. The soul in Taurus Karakamsa Lagna seeks stability, sensuality, and wealth. BPHS describes Taurus as ruled by Venus linked to cattle, land, and luxury. Taurus rising makes the native steady, wealth seeking, and attached to values and preservation. Virgo in the fifth house gives analytical children and creativity expressed through learning and service. Capricorn in the ninth bhava brings fortune through discipline, austerity, and dharmic action. Leo in the fourth house creates a noble home, proud lineage, and strong heart energy. Scorpio in the seventh house indicates a passionate partner and transformative unions. Aquarius in the 10th house shows a career in reform, social causes, or humanitarian service. The shadow is harm from animals and over attachment to possessions. Remedies include feeding cows, chanting Lakshmi mantras, and practicing charity. The soul's purpose is to cultivate values and beauty while balancing transformation. Taurus Karakamsa produces artists, financiers, or caretakers in the society. The next earth sign is Virgo. So, if the Karakamsa Lagna is Virgo, the soul in Virgo seeks refinement, service, and healing. BPHS describes Virgo natives as intelligent, calculative, and detail oriented. Virgo rising makes the native analytical, modest, and service oriented. Capricorn in the fifth house gives disciplined children and perseverance in study. Taurus in the ninth bhava brings fortune through values, wealth, and stability. Sagittarius in the fourth house creates a spiritual home rooted in dharma and philosophy. Pisces in the seventh house indicates a partner of faith and mystical tendencies. Gemini in the 10th house shows a career in communication, writing, or teaching. The shadow side for Virgo Karakamsa Lagna is skin problems, fire danger, and overwork. Remedies include Ayurveda, herbal healing, and disciplined living. The soul's purpose is to serve and refine karmic tendencies. Virgo Karakamsa Lagna produces healers, analysts, and they are meticulous workers. Next, uh, next Karakamsa Lagna is Capricorn. The soul in Capricorn is disciplined, enduring, and karmic. BPHS describes Capricorn natives as hardworking, patient, and serious. Capricorn risings make the native ambitious, disciplined, and enduring. Taurus in the fifth house gives artistic children and creativity linked to wealth. Virgo in the ninth bhava brings fortune through wisdom, service, and austerity. Aries in the fourth house creates a fiery home and restless emotions. Cancer in the seventh house indicates a nurturing partner and emotional unions. Libra in the 10th house shows a career in law, diplomacy, and or arts. The shadow side for Capricorn Karakamsa Lagna is dangers in the ocean, karmic burdens, and loneliness. Remedies include Saturn mantras, seva to the seva for the English audience is charity or care to poor, elderly, children, people who cannot take care of themselves. So this is one of the remedies, and austerity as well. The soul's purpose is to endure and serve responsibly. Okay? Capricorn Karakamsa Lagna produces administrators, workers, and karmic reformers. Now, next we will move into the air signs or the Kama Rashis. The first one is Gemini. The soul in Gemini thrives on intellect, communication, and adaptability. BPHS notes Gemini natives are witty, restless, and skilled in language. Gemini rising makes the native witty, restless, and skilled in communication. So, Libra in the fifth house gives artistic children and creativity balanced with harmony. Ninth, you have Aquarius. So, Aquarius in the ninth bhava brings fortune through reform, ideals, and philosophy. Virgo in the fourth house creates an intellectual home with disciplined roots. Sagittarius in the seventh house indicates a dharmic partner with philosophical learnings. Pisces in the 10th house shows a career in spirituality, arts, or healing. The shadow side for Gemini Karakamsa Lagna would be a nervous strain, some skin diseases, and scattered energy. Remedies include mantra japa, silence practices, and Tulsi worship. Tulsi is basil worship. And when I say mantra japa, it is also within the Western community, it also means uh, prayers, these little things, little prayers that you keep repeating. As even all religions have the beads, most of the religions have the beads, keep repeating on the beads, those are also japa. The soul's purpose is to evolve through the exchange of ideas. Gemini Karakamsa Lagna produces scholars, writers, or diplomats. Next, we have Libra. The soul in Libra seeks balance, trade, and beauty. BPHS notes Libra natives are charming, diplomatic, and pleasure seeking. Libra rising makes the native graceful, balanced, and harmony seeking. So, Aquarius in the fifth house gives children of ideas and unconventional creativity. Gemini in the ninth bhava brings fortune through discourse, wit, and learning. Capricorn in the fourth house creates a disciplined home and strict upbringing. Aries in the seventh house indicates a passionate partner and fiery unions. Cancer in the 10th house shows a career in nurturing, healing, or caregiving. The shadow side is overindulgence in luxury and karmic debts through relationships. Remedies include Venus mantras, artistic seva, and balance practices. The soul's purpose is to harmonize and evolve through relationships. Libra Karakamsa Lagna produces artists, mediators, and traders. Next is Aquarius Karakamsa Lagna. The soul in Aquarius is visionary, humanitarian, and mystical. BPHS notes Aquarius natives are unconventional, detached, and reformist. Aquarius rising makes the native humanitarian, reformist, as I said, and detached, right? Gemini in the fifth house gives witty children and creativity expressed through language. Libra in the ninth bhava brings fortune through justice, balance, and dharma. Taurus in the fourth house creates a stable home rooted in wealth and values. Leo in the seventh house indicates a noble partner and dignified unions. Uh, Scorpio in the 10th house shows a career in research, occult, and transformative power. The shadow side is water body dangers and detachment extremes. Remedies include philanthropy, meditation, and Shiva mantras. The soul's purpose is to serve collective causes and innovate spirituality. Aquarius Karakamsa Lagnas produces reformers, mystics, and inventors. Now let's do the water signs. So we'll start with Cancer. In Cancer Karakamsa, the soul in Cancer is nurturing, devotional, and deeply emotional. BPHS describes Cancer as ruled by the moon, linked to water and compassion. Cancer rising makes the native compassionate, emotional, and nurturing. Scorpio in the fifth house gives intense children and creativity linked to occult knowledge. Pisces in the ninth bhava brings fortune through devotion, moksha, and Guru's blessings. Libra in the fourth house creates a harmonious home with aesthetic efforts. Capricorn in the seventh house indicates a disciplined partner and karmic unions. Aries in the 10th house shows a bold career with pioneering actions. The shadow side is danger from water and emotional entanglement. Remedies include fasting on Mondays, compassion, and moon remedies. The soul's purpose is to nurture and seek moksha through devotion. Cancer Karakamsa produces healers, caregivers, and spiritual seekers. Next is Scorpio. The soul in Scorpio is intense, transformative, and mystical. BPHS describes Scorpio natives as secretive, fearless, and occult oriented. Scorpio rising makes the native intense, secretive, and transformative, with a soul journey marked by deep psychological rebirths. Pisces in the fifth house gives spiritual children and creativity through linked to mysticism and compassion. Cancer in the ninth bhava blesses the native with fortune through emotional wisdom, nurturing dharma, and ancestral blessings. Aquarius in the fourth house creates an innovative, unconventional home with a focus on freedom, humanitarian values, and intellectual exploration. Taurus in the seventh house indicates a steady sensual partner and karmic unions focused on stability. Leo in the 10th house shows a career with leadership, creativity, and royal authority. The shadow side for Scorpio is danger from snakes, secrecy issues, and mother related troubles. Remedies include Shiva worship, mantra sadhana, and protective rituals. The soul's purpose is to regenerate and transcend desires. Scorpio Karakamsa produces mystics, occultists, and reformers. The last zodiac sign or Rashi is Pisces. The soul in Pisces is mystical, compassionate, and devotional. BPHS describes Pisces natives as gentle, imaginative, and spiritual. Pisces rising makes the native spiritual, intuitive, compassionate, with a soul focused on liberation and empathy. Cancer in the fifth house gives nurturing children and creativity expressed through emotional depth and care. Scorpio in the ninth bhava blesses the native with fortune through transformation, occult knowledge, and karmic wisdom. Gemini in the fourth house creates a curious, communicative home filled with intellectual energy and adaptability. Virgo in the seventh house indicates a partner who is practical, analytical, and service oriented, bringing grounded support to the soul's journey. Sagittarius in the 10th house shows a career path focused on exploration, teaching, and dharma, inspiring growth and wisdom. The shadow for Pisces Karakamsa Lagna is illusion, escapism, and oversensitivity. Remedies include pilgrimage, mantra chanting, and devotion. The soul's purpose is to attain moksha through surrender. Pisces Karakamsa produces mystics, poets, and spiritual seekers. So now we have journeyed through the 12 Karakamsa Lagnas, from the fiery courage of Aries to the mystical surrender of Pisces. Each Rashi, when rising as the soul's ascendant, reveals a unique path, its fears, its remedies, and its ultimate purpose. The kendras, that is the fourth, seventh, tenth, and the first bhav itself, stand for the four pillars of this journey. They show us the soul, how the soul expresses itself, where it finds peace, how it learns through relationships, and how it fulfills its dharmic contribution to the world. Together, they form the sacred architecture of the soul. The Karakamsa Lagna reminds us that life is not only about worldly success but about the deeper lessons our spirit must learn. Whether your soul ascendant is grounded in earth, flowing in water, blazing in fire, or soaring in air, each path is divine, each journey is necessary. May this wisdom guide you to recognize your own Karakamsa Lagna, to honor your Atma Karka, and to walk your dharmic path with courage, balance, and compassion. This is the mystery of Karakamsa Lagna, the chart of the soul, the map of destiny, and the key to liberation.